Welcome to class. My name is Amanda. I'm excited about this. This is just a 30-minute flow. So a quick little ditty for us, but we'll do all of the work that we came here to do. So what I would like us to do, we're going to just get started, is just begin in a nice, easy cross-legged seat. So just finding your way into whatever seat feels good to you. If you want to prop yourself up on like a block or a bolster or a blanket or something like that, you could do that. And then as you settle into your seat, make a good conscious choice about if you're going to place your palms down or if you want to feel a little more open and place your palms up. And then rooting down into your sit bones, find a little rise, a little lift, a little vitality through your spine, soften your shoulders, down, away from your ears, and then blink your eyes closed. Just taking a few moments here to connect to your breath, connect to your center, connect to yourself. And then as you just allow the natural flow of your breath to move through you, begin to deepen your breath. And as you deepen your breath, just consider the question, how are you? How are you? I think oftentimes our immediate response is, I'm fine, everything's fine, right? That's just our automatic response. So instead of how are you, I'd like to ask, how is your heart in this moment? Whatever your answer is, whether your heart is a little tender, maybe your heart's very full, maybe it's a little heavy. Use this practice to hold yourself and hold your heart with love and compassion and move from a heart-centered place as you're ready, bring your hands to your heart. Feel the connection of your palms together. Draw your thumbs in towards your chest, towards your heart center. As you inhale, feel the lift of your heart into your hands. And then as you exhale, bow your head to your heart. Stay here for another breath in, just a way to honor the mind, connecting to the body, to the heart. Choosing to move from there. All right, and then lift your head, blink your eyes open. We're going to come forward onto hands and knees, coming into a tabletop. And then right away from your tabletop, get yourself set up so you have your shoulders over your knees, your hips, your shoulders over your knees. How about your shoulders over your wrists? I got a little ahead of myself. Hips over your knees. And then just a little bit of activation of your center. Extend your right leg straight back. Palm onto the foot is going to stay grounded. And then just press into the earth a little bit. Feel a stretch through the right calf. As you're ready, you're going to lift your right toes off of the ground, send them off the left edge of your mat, and then peek over your left shoulder. So pressing your right hip a little bit more towards the right, finding a little bit of space along the right side of the body as you contract the left side of the body. Good, and then you're going to lift your right toes up, keep your toes lifted, spin your left shin over to the left, Set your right foot down, so toes are in line with your left knee. Anchor through the knife edge of your right foot, and then reach your right arm all the way up to the sky for a supported side plank. And then keep the anchor in the right foot, reach your right fingers. We're gonna reach all the way up. And then exhale, right hand down the right leg, left arm up and over. So really feel the side body stretch here. Good, inhale back to center, exhale, the left hand is gonna come down. Inhale, right arm overhead. And then as you exhale, draw your right knee in towards your right elbow. So feel this little contraction in the obliques here. And then you're gonna try to keep this little invisible connection and spin forward towards the top of your mat. Your right foot is gonna step down. Right hand frames your right foot, and then we're gonna reach up all the way up for Anjaneyasana. So feel this downward forward press. You'll feel a stretch in the front of the left flexor. Lift up through your pelvis. Soften your shoulders down your back, but then lift up through the sternum. So just that little bit of opening there. Good, as you're ready, exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Curl the left toes under. You're gonna sweep the right leg all the way back for a little three-legged downward facing dog. Bend your knees, stack your hip, and open it up here. A lot of times our left shoulder drops down and we tell people to square it, but today I want you to let that shoulder drop, maybe even coming to your left forearm. And then maybe even reaching your right leg a little bit more to the left. Good, your right hand might walk back, left hand comes back to the ground, right leg extends back, and then exhale, right foot to the ground. So first downward facing dog of this practice, give yourself just a little bit of time to stretch it out. We'll move on to the other side in a moment, but just a couple of wiggles and stretches. Good, and then we're gonna lower the knees down to the ground, come back to that nice solid tabletop, uncurl your toes, step your left foot back, while on the foot, go ground, press into the mat to feel a little stretch in the left calf. And then as you're ready, take your left foot, lift it all the way up and over off the right side of your mat, peek over your right shoulder. Stretch through the left side of your body. Feel the contraction through the right side. Good, and then you're gonna lift the left toes off of the ground, spin your right shin all the way to the right, set your left foot down, anchor through the right hand, and then we're gonna lift up all the way up into your supported side plank. So spin around so you can see me a little bit better. From here, anchor through the left foot, reach your left fingers all the way up, arms come out to a T, and then send your left hand down your left leg, reach your right arm up and over. So don't overreach here, we don't need to overreach. Draw your right shoulder back, stretch all along from your grounded right knee to your reaching right fingers. Good, and then we're gonna rise up. Exhale, set your right hand down. Inhale, reach your left arm over. And then as you exhale, you're gonna bring left knee to elbow. Feel that connection. And then look down at your right hand, step your left foot there, your right shin will spin. And then the left hand comes down, just get yourself adjusted. On the inhale, you're gonna reach your arms up for Anjaneyasana. So settle into it, hug the thighs together, lift from the pelvis, and then shoulders soften down, heart lifts. Maybe the gaze lifts. Good. As you exhale, you're going to take your hands down, curl the right toes under. You're going to sweep the left leg all the way back, bend your knees, stack your hip, and then open it up. You can stay with this, letting that right shoulder drop, or you can actually bring your right forearm down to the ground. Maybe the left hand steps a little bit forward so you can get a little bit more of a twist and a stretch. Good, and then left hand comes back for support, right hand steps back, left leg extends, and then step your left foot down to meet your right. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. Inhale to a high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down with control. Your knees can always come down to support you. Hug the elbows in, lengthen from crown to tail. So you're lengthening your body as you lower. Point your toes, inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, lower your chest. We'll do that 2 more times. Maybe each time pulling back on your mat a little bit more, coming into a little bit of a higher cobra. Breathe in. And exhale, let it go. One more time, inhale, lift. Maybe you push all the way off of the ground and come into upward facing dog. Eyes and knees up on the mat, heart high. Good, and then exhale, lift the hips. Come into downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, and then exhale, come to the top of your mat. Feet right underneath the hip points, take a halfway lift, find length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Arms to your sides into Tadasana. All right, from here, just ground yourself for a moment. We'll start to move a little more quickly. Feet can stay hips width distance, so you can bring the toes together to touch. You're going to inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky, and then exhale, hinge and fold down to the ground. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Step your right foot back as you exhale. Inhale, lower your back knee down, float the arms all the way up for Anjaneyasana. So here you might stay just as you are, or you might hook the thumbs together and then lift and open up into a little bit more of a back bend here. So really support your low back so that you're not just letting everything collapse, but that you're lifting up and then out. Good. Hands are going to come down to frame your foot. Step your left foot back to meet your right, come into downward facing dog. Inhale to a high plank, nice and strong. And then exhale, lower all the way down to your belly, or maybe halfway down to Chaturanga. Inhale, your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Your right leg is going to lift and lengthen. And then exhale, knee to nose, chin to chest. Flex your right foot, step it between your thumbs. Lower the back knee down, inhale, arms are going to reach up to the sky. As you exhale, left hand comes down to the ground, or maybe a block supports you here. Right arm up and over, just a side body stretch. Good, and then inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, stretch it over to the other side. Right hand comes down, left hand reaches up and over. Great stretch through the left hip. Good, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, you're going to twist to the right. So hands come through the heart center as you twist. Maybe the left elbow hooks outside the right knee or thigh. And then turning to the right, lengthening through the crown of your head, pressing the palms together. Good. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky, and then exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Step your left foot up to meet your right, take a halfway lift, and exhale to fold. Root down into your feet, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. And take a halfway lift, breathe in. Step your left foot back this time, low lunge. Lower the back knee down, arms float up. Option to hook the thumbs, lift up, and then open up, draw the shoulders down your back. Good. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Step it back to downward facing dog. Inhale to a high plank. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga. Breathe into your back bend, and then exhale to downward facing dog. Left leg is going to lift. Exhale, step the left foot forward, knee to nose first, and then step the foot forward. Inhale to lower the back knee down, arms reach up to the sky. Same side body stretch, right hand lowers this time, left hand reaches over. And then inhale back to center, reach it up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm over. Good, inhale, reach it up. And then exhale, twist to the left. So hands come through your heart center as you twist, hooking your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Good, and then from here, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale to step your right foot up to meet your left. Take a halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale to rise and reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, right away, inhale, arms rise. We're gonna sit down, Utkatasana, bend your ankles, knees, and hips. Sit down, get into it. Build a little bit of heat in the quads here. Draw your belly in, hug your low ribs in. So ribs tend to flare up, so if you can find a little bit of containment there. Soften your shoulders, your hands can always come to your heart center. And then root your feet down into the ground, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, heart forward, arms to the right and the left, swan dive down. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step it back, high plank. And then lower down through a vinyasa. You can, of course, go straight to downward facing dog. Alrighty, from here, your right leg is gonna lift. Exhale, knee to nose, chin to chest. Flex your right foot, step it between your thumbs, lower your back knee down. Inhale, arm reach up, and then right away we're gonna twist to the right on your exhale. All right, from here, keeping that twist, you're gonna lift or uncurl the left toes under, lift the back knee up. So really get strong in your back leg. And then as you're ready, come back through the center, rise up, high crescent. So it feels a little wobbly, you can move your right foot over, back heel spiked towards the back edge of your mat. Take a breath in, and then exhale, hands are gonna come down to frame your foot. Step back to a high plank. Pause here in your plank. We're gonna move into a side plank, Vashisthasana. So you could come into the same supported version that we did before, or anchor into your left hand, come onto the knife edge of your left foot. Feet can stack, or it could be right foot in front of the left, and then reach your right arm up to the sky. Good, you can stay with that, or right arm reaches up, and then maybe the right leg floats. Elbow can draw towards your knee towards your elbow. Look down at your left hand. Good, and then you're just gonna step your right foot back to the top of the mat, just like we did before. Good, from there, plant your hands. You're gonna step back, maybe that right leg floats, moving through your vinyasa, and then back to downward facing dog. All right, just a couple of breaths. Let that settle into your body. If you lost your breath along the way, reconnect. And then maybe consider, how is your heart in this moment? Has anything shifted or changed for you? Good, okay, you're gonna anchor through the right foot, left leg is gonna lift. Exhale, knee to nose, chin to chest. Flex the left foot to plant it between your thumbs. Lower the back knee down. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, right away as you twist to the left. Hands come through the heart center. Right elbow hooks, and then find length in your spine. So you're pressing your palms into one another to feel that length. Good, and then you're just gonna curl the right toes under. Find your footing, lift the back knee up. So your inner right thigh is really strong, pressing up to the sky, lengthening from crown to tail. Thighs hugging in for a little support. We're gonna inhale all the way through the center to a high crescent. Soften your shoulders down. Take a moment to breathe. And then as you exhale, you're gonna bring your hands down to frame your foot. Step it back to a high plank and then pause there. Vashisthasana on the right side. Again, you have the option for that supported side plank version. Right hand grounds, left hand reaches up. It might be a little bit wobbly, that's okay. That just means that you are trying. Really lift the hips. And then maybe the left arm reaches overhead. Maybe the left leg floats a little bit. And then use those oblique muscles. Left knee, turn left elbow. Look down at your right hand. Keep that imaginary connection and then step the foot back to the top of the mat with control. Plant your hands. You're going to step back to a high plank. Maybe the left toes float. Making your way back home. Give yourself one more breath in and one more breath out. And then inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. As you exhale, walk, step, or jump your way to the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift and forward fold. Root down the rise all the way up. And then exhale, sit down, Utkatasana. All right, from here, inhale, lift all the way up, reach up and back, and exhale, forward fold. Take a halfway lift, breathe in, bend your knees, plant your hands, either step back or float back, moving through any vinyasa that you like, including no vinyasa. And then from your down dog, let's get back down to the ground, knees come down, knees wide, toes together for child's pose. So settle the hips towards the heels. Walk your hands forward, let your head rest on the ground, let your heart soften, let your belly soften. And just a couple conscious breaths here. Again, notice how your heart is now in this moment. How are you? How is your heart? Alright, and then from here, we're just going to walk the hands back. I want you to come into kind of a tight little tabletop here. You're going to curl your toes under, and then you're going to spread the knees wide, coming into a Malasana variation. So if you want to have your feet a little bit wider, you can step your feet wider. Otherwise, you can come into this more flat little version here. And then if you want to play with a little bit of crow here, that's an option. Other options here are to just simply stay here. Let the hips open up. Hands can be at heart center. So just a moment or two. Maybe the palms plant, shoulders with distance. You just make little shelves with your arms and you can lean your knees into your triceps or your armpits and just play with this position. Right? It's a quick little practice, so it's just a little bit of space to explore if you want. All right, and then from here, we're just going to come all the way onto our seat. You might bring your hands back behind you, and then scoot forward on your mat so that your toes are at the top of your mat, or your feet are at the top of your mat. Reach your arms all the way up to the sky, and then exhale, fold over your legs. So you might have a little bend into your knees, you might have a generous bend. Just use the breath, use a little bit of time, a little bit of help from gravity. And then we'll rise up. You can keep your legs straight. If you want to support your low back a little bit more, you can bend your knees. We're going to reach the fingertips forward, palms are going to go to the sky, and slowly, with control, lower all the way to your back. Good. Once you get on your back, you're going to reach your arms overhead, big stretch. And then grab your knees, gather your knees, shins, find a little sway side to side. Maybe you make some circles one way and then the other. And then from here, lower your feet down to the ground. Let the soles of your feet come together and rest in Supta Baddha Konasana. So you might have your arms resting out to the right and the left, with your palms up to the sky. If you want to feel a little more connected to your center, you might take left hand to heart, right hand to belly. If you're feeling a little more open, you could grab opposite elbows and reach your arms overhead. So just a few options. None of them are better or worse. They're just choices for you. And then perhaps you blink your eyes closed here. And just allow yourself to breathe and feel whatever is present for you. Just holding it and honoring it as if it's all a gift. And then decide from your heart if there's anything else that you would like from this little mini practice. So anything at all. It could be a little back bend, it could be a twist, it could be a happy baby, maybe it's legs up the wall. Maybe it's something that's not even yoga, maybe some other kind of stretch. This is your time. You have full agency over what happens on your mat, what you choose. And of course, Shavasana is an option at any time. And give yourself this time, this attention to really just lay it all out. Letting yourself be still in your practice, letting yourself rest. I'm going to leave you just as you are. I hope that you can take a few more moments to rest, to breathe. It is my honor and privilege to guide you. Thank you for practicing with me. I wish you well. I wish you peace. Namaste.